Hello guys, we are back, and now with when you see that notification bell there, uh, we have another interview for you here today with our guest. He's going to tell us who he is, what he's doing, where he is, where is he from. So before we get into our interview this day, we want to welcome you. We want to encourage you to continue watching our videos, to continue subscribing, to continue sharing the content, and also commenting down there so that we can engage with you, share with us your ideas as we share our ideas with you. So today, we know a lot of things are happening in the world today. So there is the latest news of the death of the president of Tanzania, the United Republic of Tanzania, John Pombe Magufuli. We have coronavirus is still a problem in the world today. You have things happening all over. USA, Russia, they are again in collusion. So many things are happening today. So we want to discuss especially things happening in Africa, and then over time we shall extend to the whole world and try to see the dynamics, the politics, the COVID-19 dealings and everything. So today we are discussing the state of Africa, and briefly we'll talk about Magufuli, we'll talk about some few examples in Africa, we'll talk about South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, and try to see so many things, foreign policies, how we are handling the COVID-19 pandemic, the vaccination issues, and so forth. So welcome to our interview with my guest here. So welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
so he's going to tell us who he is, and then we shall get into the questions and the interview.
Yeah, my name is Nixon Musa, and I'm a great Pan-Africanist. I love Africa very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
So as he said, he's a great Pan-Africanist. So we're going to try and listen to what great and young Pan-Africanists in Africa have to say about the state of Africa. So he's actually a university student from the University of Nairobi, so I think he's in 4th year. So we want to hear his thoughts, his ideas on the state of Africa. So before we delve into the state of Africa as a large, we want to deal with the current, most recent issue about the death of the United Republic President, His Excellency John Pombe Magufuli, who just passed on I think a week ago. So there's much we're going to discuss, and my first question to Nick is simple, that when we begin discussing this late president, there are two things we need to make clear. One, we'll talk about him as a person, as a father, as a husband, in his private life, and then later, much more, we'll discuss about him as a president, as a politician, policies and everything. So we give our condolences to the family, and then I think we should have pity and sympathy with the family who lost their dad, their husband.
The people of Tanzania, the United Republic of Tanzania, and the family and friends of John Pombe Magufuli, of course he's a doctor, receive our condolences from Kenya, and we love Tanzania very much.
First of all, we know this is a person, this is a human being who has died.
Yeah.
So obviously he has a family, he has children, he has neighbors, uncles and fathers maybe. So we're really sorry for the loss of this great man as a father, as a family person. But now on his side, this is not any other person in the village. This is a president of a United Republic of Tanzania. So we're going to look at his policies and his work as a politician and his reign as a politician. What did he do for Tanzania? What did he do for the East African community? What did he do for the African community? What did he do for the whole world? So now we'll begin with our question here. What is your view on his policies as a president when he took office in 2015 all the way up to the time he passed on?
Yeah, thank you very much. I can say, in my view, I can say that President John Pombe Magufuli of Tanzania, he was a loving man. In fact, he adopted the system of nationalism. He had Tanzania first. In this manner, we say that he wanted the people of Tanzania to benefit from everything, even a single cent to be accounted for. For instance, we can take a look on the European mining farm that used to mine diamonds and gold in Tanzania, they were all mining and extracting diamonds and gold from Tanzania and buying cheap gold from the locals. Maybe they were buying them from 2,000 Tanzanian shilling, that is, let's say, 100 Kenyan shillings. So this is what Magufuli was against. He uplifted the people of Tanzania's living standards. That's number one, I can say. The living standards of Tanzanian people were uplifted. Number two, he grew Tanzanian economy from a low income to a middle income economy. That's a very great achievement to achieve. He had what we call the Vision 2025 of Tanzania. Remember, in Kenya we have Vision 2030, but Tanzania had Vision 2025. In the scorecard of Vision 2025 of President John Pombe Magufuli of Tanzania, before his death,
how much had he scored?
He had scored 80% or 90%, I can give him. Because if you see the marvelous things that he had done to Tanzania, I can say he had improved the standard gauge railway of Tanzania into an electronic, or I can say it was electrified, the ports, the roads, the education system. Although he has some negative side and some positive side, today I'll just say some positive sides.
So thank you for that. So quickly I'm going to highlight 4 things and then highlight and then read. This is an article by BBC Africa. So I'm going to highlight some few things as they have given their policies when he was in power, and then I will highlight it quickly, and then you will comment about it.
Yeah, sure.
Briefly, and then we shall be done with the case of Magufuli, and then we shall go on to at large the state of affairs in Africa. So the first one here we are told is about foreign travel. So we know we have a country, and then there is foreign traveling. So we are aware that Magufuli never went out of his country from the time
number
he took
one by
office.
the
Just a second. Let me just read quickly and then you comment. It says, in his first week in office in November 2015, Mr. Magufuli halted all foreign trips for public servants. So the first thing he does when he gets to office, he brings to a halt all trips for the public servants. And then we're told, in cases of emergency, approval could be granted by Magufuli or the head of the civil service, he said. So it says quickly, it says, to date, overseas trips for public officials are still limited. And although the president no longer issues approvals, officials must seek permission from authorities closely monitored by his office. So, and then there's a good side for that here. I'm going to read
I'd
for you.
like to comment on that.
Let me just finish and then you make your comments. Then it says, a central bank report in early 2017 revealed that the government had saved $430 million by limiting foreign travel ban between November 2015 to November 2016. Just in a year, they have saved a huge amount of money.
How much is that?
$430 million.
Do you know that's a very
Yes,
great
I know.
money?
So what's your comment on his policies on foreign traveling, especially on public servants? Bearing in mind that in Africa, public servants, use these opportunities to get a lot of money.
Of course.
Yes.
Now I would rather support Magufuli than going on the other side of people saying let us go and explore some other places, let us go and see what China are doing so that we come and implement it in.
Yeah, they're going for benchmarking.
Yeah, benchmark. I won't allow that, because I also rather halt that foreign traveling agency, so the way you can say it. Because number one, these people when they go outside there, we can't say that they are going to benchmark. They are going to do what? They may go to expend themselves, the expenditures and the amount of cash that they use when they are outside the country is a huge amount of money. That expenditure will rather make the government to become broke. So Magufuli did this to make it to rectify this issue, that they may save money for the people of Tanzania. Do you know that Magufuli also declared his salary to be reduced such that Magufuli's salary is 400,000 Kenya shillings, equivalent to I can say, is it $30,000 US? $30,000 US. Huh? So Magufuli's salary is $30,000 US. You can bear in mind how much that is. Very little amount of money. Not 30,000. I mean, it is $3,000 US. That is $3,000 US. So that is it. That's what I wanted to say.
So quickly, the second point here is pregnant school girls. This is another point that we need to highlight. Then we are told here, to be fair, this was not a ban initiated by Mr. Magufuli. though he did scupper an attempt to overturn the stipulation that pregnant schoolgirls be expelled. It has been the norm for more than 4 decades to expel girls from school in Tanzania if they get pregnant. So there's something going out there that Magufuli steered, that pregnant girls should be expelled out of school. Actually, we know that this has been happening even before Magufuli. So the question is, when he came to power, what did he do? Then we are told here, a landmark moment for campaigners came in 2015 when CCM manifesto promised that teenage mothers would be allowed to go back to school. The matter was then raised in Parliament in May 2017 with the opposition and the Committee on Social Services of Community Development advising the government that it was right to amend the policy. However, this led to heated debate and divided the House into 2 camps. So actually, what we know here is that Magufuli's party in the recent years has tried really to overturn this thing where pregnant schoolgirls are expelled from school. But it has not yet succeeded while still is in office. So what do you make of this idea that pregnant schoolgirls should be expelled from school?
Okay, according to me, that is a different ideology. I might differ with Magufuli, but of course Magufuli had his own reasons for saying that. Magufuli, or the government of Tanzania had been given, the government of Tanzania had been given some huge amount of cash, let's say, was it millions of dollars, by the American government to continue the system of education in Tanzania. But what happened, the American government decided to cut off that huge amount of donation, or it was a donation, it wasn't a loan, because they said that the government of Tanzania is expelling pregnant schoolgirls. So that loan was rather not given to Tanzania. According to me, there I might differ with President John Magufuli, because some schoolgirls
pregnant should continue with school.
Schoolgirls
should not be denied their right to education. Okay. So quickly, the last point here is about political rallies. So we know Magufuli, there was election recently, and then what has been rampant in Tanzania is that if you're in an opposition party, you cannot hold rallies in public. If you hold them, you're going to be taken to prison for some time. So many things have happened. There's torture. We know the opposition leader, Tundu Lissu, has received bullets, 16 of them, because he is just differing in ideas. So what do you make of him having a different ideology and then trying to force or to enforce some, dictatorial policies for these political rallies?
Of course,
what an opposition.
To me, I can say, if it is not the time of elections, why then should you have political rallies?
Not even the time of elections.
If it is time for elections, then you are guaranteed, you are free to have
yes,
rallies.
But they didn't allow this.
Okay.
Demonstrations were not allowed.
Yeah. Then, so demonstration, of course, were not allowed because Magufuli wanted the interest or the people of Tanzania not to panic, or he did not want to create that panic result of whereby you see people clashing in elections, violence. That's what he wanted to remove. That's why.
No, I'm saying aside from political time or election time, demonstrations are allowed because this is the freedom of the people to express their views when they are dissatisfied with the government. So, what do you make of that?
Okay, according to that, I can support Magufuli. You
can support him that we don't need demonstrations.
We are not supposed to demonstrate during political.
Even not during that time.
Okay, if it is during political rallies and we have some important agenda, then demonstration and picketing is allowed, but it should be a peaceful demonstration. We should not have a demonstration whereby you get people are rioting or they are going into stalls, markets, shops of people, and then they're saying that they're demonstrating.
But you agree demonstration should be allowed?
Demonstration should be allowed.
Okay.
In any time.
A fair, free, democratic.
In a fair and free democratic. Before you wind up, there's something that I wanted to say.
We want to have a short break and then we come back. So make your final comments and then
my final comment just is this. While Magufuli had done so much for Tanzania in a very short time, we can easily say that he was a leader and a servant of the people. Most times, he stood firm and refused to auction his people for a few dollars in a continent that every country leader is a puppet of an imperialist. Magufuli brought sanity by refusing to bow to intimidation by the West and the EU. And they branded him a dictator. In fact, people called him a dictator. I loved Magufuli a lot. They even cut funding in Tanzania. But ironically, the economy of Tanzania still grew rapidly without the Western funds. That's why I'm telling you, Tanzania's economy had already shifted to a middle income economy.
Thank you.
He also, just 1 minute, just 1 minute.
We'll have a break and then come back.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys. You're watching the interview, the big interview here, the state of affairs in Africa. And then we actually began with the issue of Tanzania. And then as we come back now from our break, we will also begin with the same issue and then delve into other issues that are happening today and currently in Africa. Thank you for watching. Hold on, we're coming back for after this break.